Colorado High School Activities Association Baseball is on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com this afternoon from Butch Butler Field in Greeley. It's a 3A state tournament game on the winner's bracket side as the Brush Bee Diggers take on the Eaton Reds as they meet for the third time this season. I'm John Beltran. A much tougher path taken by Brush to get to this game than Eaton. Eaton defeated Gunnison in about an hour and a half, 11-0. The Bee Diggers needed 10 innings as opposed to Eaton's 6. As Brush defeated Peak to Peak 3-2 and an RBI single from Arnoldo Maltos Garcia. Now, when they played in Eaton earlier this season, the Reds won in 5 innings, 11-1, and then 2 days later in Brush, it was a close game. Eaton won 6-4. The Bee Diggers go into the game with a 16-5 overall record, and the Reds are 22-0. For head coach Jim Danley. Eaton will be the designated home team for this game. Not necessarily by higher seed. They do a flip, and Eaton won the coin flip, so they will be the home team. The winner of this game will automatically be playing next weekend regardless of the result tomorrow. The loser will have to win their lone game tomorrow at 12:30 from here at Butch Butler Field to advance to weekend number 2. So lots at stake with this particular game from Butch Butler between Brush and Eaton. Kyle Rosenbach will be the starting pitcher. I don't know where Coach Kevin Fergus is. He's nowhere to be found. There he is, running out with the lineup card for the Bee Diggers. And in order for Brush to win, they've got to play considerably better than what they just showed in that 3-2 10-inning victory, committing 4 errors. And the pitching was certainly good enough. And they've got to hit even better. That's going to be tough against the right-hander Dalton Lind, who held the Bee Diggers in check for 4 2/3 innings, allowing a single run. And it was an unearned run in that win in Eaton. Bee Digger starting lineups brought to you by Cargill Beef, committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment at Cargill.com. The Bee Diggers do have a change in the starting lineup. Batting first is the first baseman B.J. Hirschfeld. The shortstop Baby Maltos Garcia at second. Catcher Alec Peterson at third. The cleanup hitter is Kyle Rosenbach. Batting fifth is the center fielder Nico Guzman. Right fielder Zane Fowl hits sixth. Aaron Williams, the DH, bats seventh. Third baseman Mikey Gutierrez hits eighth. And Grayson Simmons in left will be batting ninth. And we understand that one game has already been moved back in the tournament. That's Sterling against the winner of the Bayfield University game. They will not play that third game from Frederick High School. So Sterling will be playing tomorrow morning, more than likely here at Butch Butler. Oh, we'll find out if it's going to be at Butch Butler, because that could affect the scheduling for Brush's game tomorrow, whether it be at 12:30 or 3 o'clock, depending upon the result of this game. So we will certainly find out what happens there, because they're in a second hail delay at Frederick, where University leads Bayfield 4-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sterling awaits that winner. Sterling defeated Valley today 12-9 in 9 innings. For Eaton defensively, at first base is Joe Mondragon. The second baseman is J.T. Mossberg. Lane Griman at third, and between them at short is Matt Burkhart. In the outfield, Sean Carson's in left, Ryan Kaler in center. Brady Tedesco's in right. Behind the plate is Joe Kuhn. And on the mound is the right-hander Dalton Lind, who threw a lot of gas against the Bee Diggers in that 11-1 victory. And head coach Jim Danley has elected to go with him in this very critical game from Butch Butler Field. And again, if you win the game, you're guaranteed a spot coming up next Saturday. You lose the game, and you've got to win tomorrow to play next Friday on the 22nd on the loser's bracket side. On the it's not a consolation because you're still involved in a tournament with a chance to win. Opening pitch is brought to you by Buildings by Design, the experience to complete your project from start to finish. Get the quality you deserve in your building by starting your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design. And here is B.J. Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld against the right-hander Dalton Lind. Here's the wind and pitch. And the fastball's down the middle for a strike, belt high. It's 0-1. Lind ready. Gets the sign from Kuhn. And the offering. Down and away with a heater. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, nothing but gas from Lind. And he's got breaking balls, too. Very tough to hit. Here's the wind and the 1-1. Right down the middle. That's strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hirschfeld awaits the pitch. Now he calls time. One ball and 2 strikes to Hirschfeld. The offering to the screen with a fastball. 2-2. BJ digs back into the box. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off the end of the bat to the backstop. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hopefully the Bee Diggers are not on too much of an emotional high from that victory over Peak to Peak. Hirschfeld back in. And the 2-2 from the right-hander. Swung on, fouled off the end of the bat again. One with a changeup. Count remains at 2-2. Well, Hirschfeld's doing what a leadoff hitter has to do. He's battling. Lind taking a while to deliver the pitch. Here it is. And the breaking ball's a called strike 3 in the inner half. And there's 1 down. That was a beauty. 1 down as Hirschfeld is retired. Here is Arnoldo Maltos Garcia. Yeah, he guessed, and he guessed incorrectly. Thought he was getting a fastball. Baby had 2 hits in the opening game against Peak to Peak, including the game winner in the bottom of the 10th inning and a 3-2 win. Dalton Lind steps off. So only 2 games to be played today in Frederick. Bayfield University still about to conclude. Fastball is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. They're in the 6th inning of that game under a hail delay with a 4-3 University lead with 2 down. Here there's 1 down. 1 ball and no strikes. The offering. And that is over for a strike at the knees with a fastball. And that levels the count at 1-1. Lind ready. The pitch. Fastball is outside. Two balls and 1 strike. Line and pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the right. A late swing off that fastball. And the count moves to 2-2 on Arnoldo Maltos Garcia. Here in the top half of the first inning in this winner's bracket game, the second round of the 3A state tournament. And the pitch, and the breaking ball is up and in. 3-2. So if University holds on, they'll take on Sterling tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. So instead of 2 games at Frederick, there'll be 3. The pitch, swung on and fouled straight back. Remains at 3-2. Yeah, that's the game plan for tomorrow. There were scheduled to be 3 games here and 2 games at Frederick, and there'll still be 3 games here, but now 3 at Frederick since the 1 game has been postponed. The pitch. That is a called strike 3. Fastball inside corner, belt high. And Maltos Garcia's out number 2. And here comes Alec Peterson. Now, Dalton Lind is one of the better pitchers I've seen for Eaton in a long time. And this Reds team has not lost this year, even though they've been involved in a lot of close games, at least against Patriot League competition. Wind and pitch. Swung on and driven in the air into deep left center field. That one is way back, and it's off the bottom of the fence as it continues to roll. Peterson is around second. Peterson is headed for third, and the throw is not going to be made. It's a 2-out triple for Alec Peterson. Petey got around on that one, and that'll bring up Kyle Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock tied the game, and now head coach Jim Danley, as he did in that second meeting, is going to walk Rosenbrock intentionally without throwing a pitch. And here is Nico Guzman. And Jim Danley remembers when Rosenbrock hit a 3-run homer as a freshman in the state championship game, which Eaton won 6-4. And he's not allowing Rosenbrock to hit. The stretch by Dalton Lind, the right-hander. And the pitch down and away with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Corf Continental's your GMC, Chevrolet, and Buick and sales and service provider. Pre-owned Supercenters ready to serve you in Sterling, Yuma, Julesburg, Brush, and Fort Morgan. Swing and a miss. A check swing, but he went on the breaking ball in the dirt. And the count levels at 1-1. Runners take their leads at the corners with 2 down, and now Guzman calls time. One ball and 1 strike. The stretch. Pitch to Nico. Breaking ball is upstairs. Ball 2, strike 1. Guzman ready. And he awaits the pitch. Swung on and grounded slowly to short. Charging, throwing on the run in time for the out is Matt Burkhardt, and the Beat Diggers do not score in the first inning. They get a hit. They strand 2. We head to the bottom of the first. Brush nothing. Eaton is coming to bat on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Here's the Eaton Reds starting lineup for head coach Jim Danley. Batting first is the third baseman Lane Greiman. Center fielder Ryan Kaler hits second. Matt Burkhardt, the shortstop, bats third. Batting fourth is the first baseman Joe Mondragon. The left fielder Sean Carson hits fifth. Joe Kuhn, the catcher, hits sixth. Pitcher Dalton Lind bats seventh. Brady Tedesco in right hits eighth. And second baseman J.T. Mossberg will be batting ninth. For the Beat Diggers, defensively, B.J. Hirschfeld is at first base. Jaron Peterson at second. Mikey Gutierrez at third. The shortstop is Baby Maltos Garcia. It's Grayson Simmons in left. The center fielder is Nico Guzman. Zane Fow in right. Behind the plate is Alec Peterson. And Kyle Rosenbrock, who just threw 5 scoreless innings against St. Mary's in an 11-1 win, is on the hill here for the Beat Diggers. And facing a lineup that has been shut down on limited occasions this year. Towards the tail end of the regular season, Eaton beat University 2-1 in a hotly contested game, but there haven't been too many games that they have been held in check. So Rosenbrock's going to have his A game here to keep the Beat Diggers in the game and with a chance to win. Again, a win. They'll play tomorrow at 3. And a loss, and the Beat Diggers will play at 12:30. That's the way that is setting up.
Number 10, Lane Greiman.
Here is Lane Greiman. Greiman homered against Rosenbrock in that 6-4 Eaton win in Brush a few weeks ago. Wind and pitch. Fastball is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. And the offering. Fastball over the plate for a strike at the knees. Yeah, Sterling will be playing tomorrow at Frederick High School at 9:30 against the winner of the Bayfield University game on KPMX and KPMX.com. And the breaking ball is inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. To Lane Greiman. Wind and pitch. Fastball to the screen. 3-1. Kyle ready. Wind in the 3-1. Swung on and popped foul. Not a play off to the right. Count moves to 3 balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter for the Reds. Kicks and fires. Called strike 3, a fastball right down the middle. And Greiman just looked at it. There's 1 down.
Next out, number 1, center fielder.
Here is Ryan Kaler hitting for the left side.
Yes, I did. How about you?
Now that elevated mound. Rosenbrock looks 10 feet tall. The pitch. And the changeup is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Kaler awaits the pitch, and here it is. Upstairs, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. Rosenbrock delivers. That's a strike on the outside corner. Thigh high, it's 2-1. This is the 3rd and final game of the day in Greeley. 2-1 offering. Breaking ball, looked like he waved at it, and he did. And the count is at 2-2. Pitch was down and away, but Kaler went around. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out and the bases empty in the bottom of the first inning. No score between Brush and Eaton. Rosenbrock turns and fires. Swung on and grounded a short. Matos Garcia's got it. He fields. He throws to first. 2 down. As Kaler's retired. 2 down for Matt Burkhardt. The right-handed hitting shortstop for the Reds. The Bee Diggers have 1 victory after the 91 season over the Reds. It was in this round 3 years ago, a 3-2 win in which Kyle Rosenbrock as a freshman closed out the game on the mound. Wind and pitch. Fastball is a strike down and away at the knees. It's 0-1. Rosenbrock ready. And the offering. Curveball is driven into deep left center field. I think that's going to be gone way back. And nope, it's up against the bottom of the fence. Simmons chases it down and holds Burkhardt to a double. Bee Diggers got a break there that it didn't fly out, but very similar to what Petey did. Burkhardt gave it a long ride. And that'll bring up Joe Mondragon hitting for the left side as Burkhardt picks up a 2-out double. Mondragon homered against Rosenbrock in Brush. Mondragon digs in. The stretch by Kyle. Looks back. Long pause. The pitch. Fastball is low. Again, this could be a situation, man, that you could pitch around him. The on-deck hitter, Sean Carson, struck out 3 times against Rosenbrock in the earlier meeting. I don't know if you pitched to Mondragon and give him anything to hit the pitch. Fastball, a strike. Excuse me. On the outside corner at the knees, it's 1-1. Yeah, this guy's such a good hitter. You are taking your chances, but normally you don't walk hitters this early. Intentionally, even though Jim Danley did it for Eaton. The stretch and the 1-1. And the breaking ball is upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. Burkhardt off of second. No score at the bottom of the first inning. Rosenbrock gets the sign, the stretch. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the left. 2 balls and 2 strikes. What head coach Kevin Fergus is saying is that we're not scared of anybody. We'll go after them. They might not pitch to Rosenbrock, but certainly the Bee Diggers are pitching to Mondragon. Will it pay off on a 2-ball, 2-strike pitch? Peterson lays down the sign, and now Mondragon calls time. Off of second is Matt Burkhardt. 2-2 pitches upcoming. And now Rosenbrock steps off. Back on the rubber. The stretch. And the pitch to Mondragon. Swung on and grounded right back to Rosenbrock. He'll flip the first, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Let's head to the second inning after the break in this 3A state tournament game from Butch Butler Field in Greeley. Brush nothing, Eaton nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Zane Fowl begins the second for Brush against right-hander Dalton Lind. Neither team scored in the first inning. Winan pitch, swung on and popped up. That'll be caught by the shortstop Burkhardt. There's 1 down. Not much trajectory on that one. And Burkhardt put it away. 1 down for Aaron Williams. Had a couple of plate appearances. And had a double against Peak to Peak there in that first game. A 3-2 Brush victory in 10 innings. The Winan offering. Fastball away. 1 ball and no strikes. Williams awaits the pitch. A strike at the knees. Took something off it. On the inner half, it's 1-1. Both teams had base runners in the opening frame. The offering. Breaking ball is inside. 2-1 to Aaron Williams. Kuhn lays down the sign, and the 2-1 pitch swung on and grounded to third. Greiman plays it off the top of his body and then cannot make the play. I wonder if that got him in the face. And that's going to be an error on the third baseman, Greiman. I think it bounced up to his face because he is right now bent over at the knee. He's had a tough start to the game after he struck out. And Williams is on first. That's the first error of the game by either side. And that brings up Mikey Gutierrez.
Number 16 is Mikey Gutierrez.
Gutierrez had a base hit against Peak to Peak in that first round game. Short lead for Williams at first. Now time is called. Dalton Lind asking for the catcher Kuhn to go through the signs once again. The stretch and the pitch swung on. That is popped up into shallow right field. Tedesco comes in. It's under it and makes the catch. 2 down. Back to first is Aaron Williams. Here is Grayson Simmons. G-Man looking to get on track here. Did not get a base hit against Peak to Peak. And the pitching obviously only gets stronger. G-Man was 0 for 3. The pitch swung on and fouled back. It's 0-1. No balls and one strike. Williams with a two-step lead at first. The stretch. And the pitch. Swing and a miss and a changeup in the dirt. 0-2. Hirschfeld with a short lead. I checked that Williams. Hirschfeld's on deck. The offering. Breaking ball is outside. Ball 1, strike 2 to Grayson Simmons. Len gets the sign. Looks back. Steps off. Simmons back in. And the 1-2. Swung on, tap, foul behind the plate. B&J Plumbing can handle all your plumbing needs from clogged drains to a major construction project. They're at 522-3828. B&J Plumbing. University and Bayfield are now in the 8th inning. And they are tied at 4. And unbelievable, they're going to a third delay because of rain and lightning. Tied at 4 between Bayfield and University and Frederick. And the pitch. And that is upstairs with a fastball. Count is at 2-2. So Bayfield scored a run to force the extra inning. And now another weather delay in Frederick. We've only had one here. It was an hour and 25 minutes in game number 2. The stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss and a ball diving down to the zone, and Simmons strikes out. And the Bee Diggers are done in the second. No runs, no hits in air, and a band left. Let's head to the bottom of the second inning. Brush nothing, Eaton nothing. You are listening to the 2015 Colorado Class 3A Baseball Championships on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. We go to the bottom of the second inning, and no score between Brush and Eaton. In the second round 3A state tournament game, it'll be Sean Carson to lead off, hitting for the right side against Kyle Rosenbrock. Be followed by Joe Kuhn and Dalton Lind. Rosenbrock had a strikeout in the first inning. And here we go to start the bottom of the second. Wind and pitch. Fastball is a strike on the outer half at the knees. No balls and one strike. Rosenbrock kicks and fires in the dirt with a curveball. Levels the count at 1-1. Kyle ready. Wind and pitch. Swung on and grounded left side. Going to be a tough play. Maltos Garcia's got it at short. Throws to first in time. Nice play as he cut off that ball. Headed for the hole. And he throws out Carson. One down for Joe Kuhn.
Now batting catcher number 18, Joe Kuhn.
Kuhn is one of the more diminutive catchers, but he's good back there. The fastball's a strike. No balls and one strike. Knee-high level down the middle. Rosenbrock gets the sign and the offering, and that breaking ball bounces in. Levels the count at 1-1. Eaton defeated Gunnison 11-0. The Bee Diggers were 3-2 10-inning victors over Peak to Peak to get to this point. And the 1-1 pitch. That one bounces to the screen. Ball 2, strike 1 on Joe Kuhn. Wind and pitch. Swung on and fouled. That a play to the right. Your family's safety is their main concern at Smart Parts, so let the trained pros take care of you when you need a windshield repair. That's Smart Parts. And the 2-2 pitch. That is just a little bit high. Barely missed. The Beat Diggers thought they had strike 3. 3-2. Looked like it just was a little bit high. 3-2 to Kuhn. Line and pitch. That is a called strike 3 on the inner half, and there's 2 down. What a pitch thrown by Rosenbrock. He has struck out 2. That'll send up Dalton Lind. Lind digging into the box. The pitch. Fastball away. 1 ball and no strikes. This is inning number 12 of baseball for the Beat Diggers today. Only the 8th inning for the Reds after they won in 6. 1-0. Fastball outside to the number 7 hitter in the lineup. It's 2-0. But this lineup goes 9 deep. Don't be fooled. 2-0. Swung on and driven down the right field line. Long run for Zane Fowl, still going. He dives. He cannot make the catch. Picked up by Peterson, and they hold Lind to a single. Great play by Peterson because that was just painted along the line. And it's a 2-out base runner for Brady Tedesco.
Number 31 is Zeke Haas.
Zeke Haas will be the courtesy runner for Eaton.
Brady Tedesco.
So a 2 down and a man at first. Tedesco about to step in. As we're just making an adjustment there to the scorecard for a courtesy runner. Rosenbrock gets a sign from Peterson to stretch. And the pitch. Fastball high and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Rosenbrock delivers. Same pitch. It's 2-0. So number 8 hitter. Now Eaton did threaten with a runner at second and 2 down in the first, and Mondragon grounded out to the mound. 2-0. Swung on and lifted down the left side, foul. Rosenbrock tied up Tedesco. 2 balls and 1 strike. Anticipated a pitcher's duel in the early going. So far, so good. 2-1 to Tedesco. The stretch by Rosenbrock. And the offering. The breaking ball is right there on the inner half for a strike, thigh high. And it is 2-2. Off of first is Haas. Rosenbrock with a 2-2 pitch. That is a called strike 3 on the outside corner with a fastball belt high. And that ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. 2 complete. It is Brush nothing, Eaton nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Top of the order for the Beat Diggers as we head to the 3rd. B.J. Hirschfeld, who struck out in his first at bat, followed by Baby Maltos Garcia and Alec Peterson. The pitch. Fastball is low. 1 ball and no strikes to Hirschfeld. Well, when these 2 teams met in 2012, Eaton won the 2 regular season meetings, then Brush won the first time in the state tournament. That's low, and then Eaton did come back and win the state championship game. 2 balls and no strikes. Beat Diggers trying to make the 3rd time a charm. 2-0. A strike on the outside corner with a fastball. Moves the count to 2-1. Lind ready. And the pitch. Low. 3-1. One with a fastball in the inner half. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hirschfeld awaits, digging into the box, the pitch. And he swings and sends a fly ball down the left field line. Sean Carson with a long run, and he's going to make the catch just inside the left field line. And there's 1 down. One down for Baby Matos Garcia, who struck out looking in the first inning. Yeah, it's certainly tough to square up pitches against either one of these guys. The offering, low with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. When it comes to livestock feed, you can rely on Colorado Soy to help deal with the nutritional needs of your livestock. Visit coloradosoy.com. Fastball low again. 2-0. The Bee Diggers have a triple from Alec Peterson. Eaton has 2 hits against Kyle Rosenbrock. And the 2-0 offering. Fastball's a strike on the outer half, thigh high. And it's 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. The pitch swung on, grounded to third. Greiman cannot backhand the ball, and it goes into left field. Carson's going to chase it down. That's Greiman's 2nd error of the game. He was right there trying to backhand it and misfielded it. And it's the Reds who are making the mistakes. That'll bring up Alec Peterson. Peterson tripled. Rosenbrock is on deck, but he might not hit in this inning. Jim Danley has walked him, 3-4 times in a row dating back to the last game. Fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Hirschfeld off of first. The stretch. And the pitch to Petey. Down and away, 2-0. Brush nothing, Eaton nothing in the top of the 3rd inning in this winner's bracket game from Butch Butler Field in Greeley. And the 2-0. Swung on, grounded to third. Greiman's got it this time, throws to second for 1. Back to first, that's a double play. 5-4-3, big collision at second base between Matos Garcia and Mossberg, and Matos Garcia is still down on the ground. 1 error committed by Eaton. Let's head to the bottom of the 3rd. We'll check on Baby's condition. He's still on his back. No score on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Let's go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. No score. Baby Matos Garcia's up. Might have banged himself up just sliding in a second, trying to break up a double play, which did not happen because Mossberg's relay was perfect. For the Reds, it'll be the 9-1 and 2 hitters, Mossberg, Lane Greiman, and Ryan Kaler. And Rosenbrock has been on his A game so far. Only big hit he gave up was a double to Burkhardt. So here we go to begin the bottom of the 3rd inning. It'll start a little bit later than normal because Matos Garcia was banged up. And they had to take a look at him to make sure he was okay, which he is. Rosenbrock threw 2, has struck out 3 in the game, including 2 in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And they need a money performance from him in order to walk away with a win. The Reds have committed the only 2 errors of the game, which is rare for them. Normally they're the ones that commit the fewer number of errors. There's Mossberg from the right side. Against the right-hander Rosenbrock. Petey lays down the sign. Wind and pitch. Fastball is low. One ball and no strikes. And the offering bounces that one in there, and there's a lot of chatter coming from that Eaton dugout that they weren't getting in the first 2 innings. This might be part of the strategy to break Rosenbrock's rhythm. The pitch upstairs with a fastball, 3-0. To Mossberg. And the offering. Fastball's a strike on the inner half. It's 3-1. Neither pitcher has issued a walk, but Rosenbrock is in danger of doing so now. 3-0, and he just did it right there outside. Mossberg walks, and here's Lane Greiman, who struck out looking in the opening frame. And a run in this game is huge, considering it's a 0-0 game in the third. Rosenbrock's strike-to-ball ratio is not that good. 21 strikes, 19 balls. The stretch and pitch. Fastball is grounded right back to Rosenbrock. He throws to second for 1. Baby to first high, and he comes down on the bag, but late. He was off the bag, actually. A good hard slide there by Mossberg. And the fielder's choice goes 1-6.
Rosenbrock starts the fielder's choice. We've got 1 out. The batter is center fielder Ryan Kaler.
Here's Ryan Kaler for the left side. He grounded to the shortstop in his first at bat. Still plenty of speed at first base. Taylor made double play, but a good hard slide prevented Baby from making a good throw. The stretch. Rosenbrock delivers. Fastball is high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. The Bee Diggers have 1 hit. The Reds have 2. Rosenbrock with the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss and a changeup. Way out in front was Kaler. It's 1-1. Rosenbrock gets the sign from Peterson. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out and 1 on. 0-0 in the third. And the offering. And the curveball is down and in. Barely missed. Ball 2, strike 1. With a very dangerous Matt Burkhardt on deck. Short lead at first for Greiman. Very short lead. 2-1. Swung on and popped foul down the left side and out of play. Moves the count to 2-2. On Ryan Kaler. Greiman again with a short lead. The stretch. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and lifted into center field. Nico Guzman to his left. Into the gap. Makes the catch. And there's 2 down. Retreating to first is Greiman. Burkhardt doubled into that left center field gap. Got to watch out for him. Because with Greiman's speed, if he can do something similar, that could score the game's first run. Brenda Robinette, your farmer's agent at Farmers Insurance Agency, will work to provide unique, customized coverage at an affordable price. The stretch. And the pitch to Burkhardt. Fastball is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Look to the team at Aspen Rehabilitation inside Valley View Villa for your sports rehab, short-term or long-term care needs at 815 Fremont. Call them 867-8261. Valley View Villa. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Pulled the string. Burkhardt thought he had a fastball, and instead it's 1-1. Burkhardt back in. Strong right-handed hitter. And the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss and a fastball above the letters. It's 1-2. Could not catch up to that Rosenbrock fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 down. Petey lays down the sign. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 and a breaking ball to the inside corner. And Burkhardt strikes out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left at first base. 3 complete in the 3A state tournament from Greeley. The Bead Diggers and Reds are scoreless on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Let's go to the 4th inning. Brush nothing, Eaton nothing. This is going to be interesting. Kyle Rosenbrock will lead off. Will Jim Danley walk in with the bases empty? I mean, Rosenbrock is not batting 1,000. So, I mean, it's possible to get him out, but Coach Danley has not pitched to him in about 5 plate appearances dating back to the last game, but it looks like he will this time with the bases empty. Dalton Lind delivers, and it's over but low. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the wind and the 1-0. Swung on and lifted extremely high in the infield. The shortstop, Burkhart, makes the catch to the other side of the bag, and there's 1 out. And we've just been informed that play has been suspended for the day at Frederick. They'll check the field conditions tomorrow. 4-4, Bayfield and University in the 8th inning. They will not complete that game today. Here is Nico Guzman, who grounded out in his first at-bat. Wind and pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. So the tournament is going to be backed up a bit. Dalton Lind gets the sign. And the offering. Swung on and fouled back. 0-2 to Nico Guzman. We're scoreless in the top of the 4th inning between the Bead Diggers and the Reds. The teams have combined for 3 hits in the game. Guzman digs in. The pitch. Fastball is up and away. Count is at 1-2. Lynn getting the sign and the offering. Swing and a miss and a sweeping breaking ball. And Guzman is out number 2 as he strikes out. And Dalton Lind and Kyle Rosenbrock are matching each other virtually pitch for pitch. Here's Zane foul. He, like many other Bead Diggers, 0 for 1. The pitch swung on, grounded foul up the third base side. No balls and 1 strike. Foul popped to the shortstop Burkhart in his first at bat. Lind gets the sign. And he kicks and fires with the 0-1, and that breaking ball went behind him. Count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike. Aaron Williams on deck. Man, tough to break out. This game could be a 1-0 game. The pitch. Fastball is low. 2-1 to Zane Fowl with 2 down. And the base is empty in the visiting half of the 4th inning. And the offering. Swinging a foul up the third base side. 2-2. You got to expect that breaking ball now. Either that or a high fastball. 2-2 to foul. Dalton Lind delivers. Swung on and popped up into center field. Ryan Kaler goes back to his right, makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Dalton Lind. We have played 3.5 innings at the 3A state tournament. Brush nothing, Eaton nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Let's head to the bottom of the 4th inning. No score between Brush and Eaton. And the schedule has been revised here. Apparently, there's going to be Monday action from what I'm hearing. We'll find out exactly what's happening. Apparently, that field has been washed out. at Frederick High School. So we'll get a complete details following this inning. Mondragon squaring a bunt. And did he miss that pitch? I thought he squared around and attempted, but he did not. 1 ball and no strikes. So we'll get the complete story here. Yeah, there will be play on Monday because of the field conditions. Up and away, 2-0. This is the 4th place hitter in the lineup, Joe Mondragon against Kyle Rosenbrock. And as was the case in Game 1 with the Bee Diggers, the home team now a little bit of an advantage because they're the home team, squaring the bunt. Fastball's high. 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes to Mondragon. This is the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And we are in a scoreless game. Wind and pitch. Fastball. That looked right there. It was called low. It's a walk, the second walk to lead off an inning in a row by Rosenbrock. Let's see if Sean Carson plays a little small ball. Rosenbrock has thrown 54 pitches. Again, not a great strike-to-ball ratio. 28 strikes and 26 balls. The stretch. And the offering. Breaking ball is fouled at the plate. No balls and 1 strike. The Bee Diggers had 1 threat. That was in the 1st inning. The Reds also threatened in the 1st. Both teams had runners in scoring positions, but obviously did not score. No balls and 1 strike. Short lead for Mondragon. And the pitch. Swung on, lined off the first baseman Hirschfeld's glove into shallow right field. Around second is Mondragon. He's going to be into third. It'll be a base hit as Carson delivers. And that was nearly a sparkling play made by Hirschfeld at first. But instead, runners at the corners with nobody out for Joe Kuhn, who struck out looking his first time up. And that's what happens when you walk the leadoff hitter. You get yourself in immediate trouble. And I think we're going to have a courtesy runner for Carson. And courtesy runner will be, look like Jake Sandow. So 1st and 3rd, this is the biggest threat by either side, with the Reds looking to grab the 1-0 lead if they can drive in Mondragon from 3rd. Still making that change for the courtesy runner on the lineup card. Home of the $8.95 dinner menu during the week and the best prime rib on Friday and Saturdays. That's Atwood Steakhouse. And whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into the car or truck of your choice, serving all of Northeast Colorado. That's Ehrlich Toyota East. The runners at the corners with nobody out of the bottom of the 4th inning. And the Reds are threatening to take the lead on the Bee Diggers. In the 2nd round, 3A state tournament game, the stretch by Rosenbrock. And the toss to first, and back in diving is Sandow. And Dalton Lind has been nails, has not given up a hit since the 1st inning for Eaton. Got to hold them to a run at the very worst. The pitch swung on and grounded left side. Matos Garcia throws to second, and he throws it into right field. Oh, boy. Threw it into right field. That'll be a Bee Digger error. Scoring on the play is Mondragon, and it's now 1-0. Well, we'll call it a base hit and an error. They didn't have a shot at him. A base hit on that play. It was hitting the hole. And the error allows the runner to go to third. And Dalton Lind is 1 for 1 with a single. Now you're looking at the possibility of a much bigger inning for Eaton. Can't make mistakes against this team, and the Beat Diggers know that. So, again, same situation. The only difference now is that it's a 1-0 Eaton lead. The stretch. And Rosenbrock pitches in the dirt with a changeup. One ball and no strikes. Have to minimize the damage right now. The pitch. Low with a fastball. Man, there's not a weakness in this lineup. You want to keep this within a 2 to 3 run range at the very worst. Now we're looking at the worst case scenario. The pitch. Fastball low and away. 3-0 on Dalton Lind. A pitch away from loading the bases. Rosenbrock delivers. Fastball, a strike. Count moves to 3-1. Kyle ready, the stretch. And the pitch. Fastball's right there. Down the middle for a strike, belt high. It's 3-2. Sandow at third, Kuhn at first. Joe Mondragon has scored for the Reds. And the 3-2 from Rosenbrock. That is low with a fastball, and it's a walk. And the bases are loaded. For Brady Tedesco, who struck out his first time up. And here comes Kevin Fergus. And Zeke Koss is the courtesy runner at first. Remember, the Beat Diggers lose this game. They play tomorrow at 12:30. And we're not sure who they would play because they have to wait for the winner of the 10 o'clock game. And actually, that let's see if that game's going to be played at 12:30. The schedule's been so crazy here with the rain. Yeah, it'll be shifted back because they'll have to finish the 9:30 game between Bayfield and University. Then Sterling will have to play thereafter against the winner of that game. Then you will get Gunnison playing peak to peak, and then you'll get Brush playing thereafter if they lose this game. And then after that would be the winner of this game against the winner of the second game to be played tomorrow. The first full game and the second game that's taking place. So here's Tedesco. But let's not jump to conclusions yet. We still got plenty of baseball to go here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 1-0 Eaton. The pitch and the changeup is a strike on the outer half, thigh high, and it's 0-1. What we need now is a bouncer back to the mound for a 1-2-3 double play to get things going in the right direction. The offering. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball in the dirt. And it is 0-2. Wind and pitch. Upstairs. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the wind and offering. That is a called strike 3 and the changeup. On the outer half, there's 1 down. Tedesco strikes out Rosenbrock with his 4th K. Bases remain loaded for J.T. Mossberg. He walked in his first at bat, or his first plate appearance. Here's the wind and pitch. The breaking ball is low. Oh, a strike. The delayed call, and it's 0-1. Excellent breaking ball thrown by Rosenbrock. Mossberg awaits. The 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled to the screen on the fastball up in the zone. And it is 0-2 to J.T. Mossberg. The Reds have the bases loaded. And 1 out. time is called. All right, so the schedule has been shifted. We'll explain it before the top of the fifth inning. Wind and pitch. Fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes to J.T. Mossberg. Rosenbrock ready. And the offering. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball away. And Mossberg strikes out. There's 2 down. And here is Lane Greiman, who struck out and hit into a fielder's choice. Keep in mind the Bee Diggers have committed 2 errors in the inning. And they might get away with only 1 run allowed if Rosenbrock could get Greiman. Wind and pitch. And it bounces it in. Nice block by Peterson. Went with a changeup. It's 1-0. At third is Sandow. Kuhn at second. Haas at first. The wind by Rosenbrock. 1-0 pitch. Fastball is a strike. On the outer half, thigh high, it's 1-1. Here's the wind and offering. In the dirt with a changeup. Rosenbrock not happy with himself, missing that one. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Took something off of that, and it's 2-2. Rosenbrock is 1 pitch away from minimizing the damage. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lane Greiman awaits the pitch. Swing and a foul and a fastball to the backstop. Oh, that was close. Count remains at 2-2. Yeah, it does show up as a base hit and an error that scored the game's only run. And the 2-2 offering. Swing and a miss! Rosenbrock struck out the side after the bases were loaded. And the Bee Diggers hold the Reds to only a run on 2 hits. And there was an error. We head to the 5th inning. Eaton 1, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Eaton 1, Brush nothing. As we move to the top of the 5th inning in Greeley. Now we found out that regardless of what happens in this game, the Bee Diggers will not play tomorrow. What's going to happen is that the Bayfield University game, tied at 4 in the 8th inning, will be completed tomorrow at 9:30. The pitch to Williams is a breaking ball for a strike. And then right after that, as Williams reached on an error the first time up, Sterling will play the winner of that game on KPMX and KPMX.com. And the offering. Curveball must have been a little bit inside, 1-1. Tomorrow's schedule has all been shifted to Monday. So Brush will play on Monday. If they lose this game, they'd play at 11:30, it looks like, if they win at 2 o'clock. So no baseball tomorrow on 1010 and KSIR.com. The wind of the pitch. Swung on. That is lifted into right field. That's got some carry to it. Way back is Tedesco, and he makes a backhanded catch towards the track. I tell you, Williams gave it a ride, but there's 1 down. As Tedesco made the catch. And the reason that they're pushing it back to Monday is because Frederick's fields have been washed out till then. So they want to keep the schedule even. So we'll play one half of the bracket on Monday in Frederick and complete the uncompleted Frederick part of the bracket tomorrow here in Greeley. The pitch. Fastball is on the outside corner for a strike to Mikey Gutierrez. Mikey popped out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Here's the wind and offering in the dirt all the way to the screen. Count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike. The Bee Diggers have been limited to an Alec Peterson triple in the first inning. And that is it, with the Reds holding a 1-0 advantage. Dalton Lynn delivers low. 2 balls and 1 strike to Mikey Gutierrez. Here's the wind and pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Way out in front. The count levels at 2-2. Brush just looking to square one up against this right-hander. Williams nearly did it. Time is called. Yeah, Rosenbrock did an incredible job, as that pitch is outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. One with a fastball. It was definitely outside. The Reds fans don't like it whatsoever. Looked like a good call. 3-2 to Gutierrez. Dalton Lynn gets the sign. Wind and pitch. Swung on and popped up into shallow left field. The shortstop Burkhardt, on 2 steps into the grass, makes the catch. And there's 2 down. That's the whole key. You can make contact, but if you can't square up, makes it hard to make the play. And here's the G-man, Grayson Simmons. Simmons struck out swinging his first time up against the right-hander Lind. Long pause, and now Simmons calls time. Lind took a while to deliver that pitch. Digging back in as the G-man. Now here comes head coach Jim Danley. One nothing in favor of Eaton here on the top of the 5th inning, and the Bee Diggers really haven't threatened after the first. Just got to get a hit or 2 or a base run or 2. That's how tight this game has been. With 2 down and the bases empty. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error for... Oh, it says 1 error for the Bee Diggers. Let me see. I think I've got 2 on them. No, 1 error for Brush. I think I might have mentioned they made 2, but it was only 1 error. 1 run on 4 hits, 2 errors for Eaton. The Bee Diggers have stranded 3. The Reds have stranded 6 on the base paths. Simmons is yet to see the first pitch of this at bat. And Dalton Lynn comes home. Fastball is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Rosenbrock has struck out 7 for Brush. The pitch right there. Fastball down the middle. And the count evens at 1-1. Lynn with 4 strikeouts in the game so far, including 1 of Simmons. The offering. And did he go? And the answer is no. Check the swing, up and away, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. The G-man awaits the pitch. And here it is. Up and away. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. With B.J. Hirschfeld on deck. We're in the top of the 5th inning. The outs are running out. And here comes Jim Danley again. I mean, he manages the game unlike anybody other. Unlike any other. And they're going to get the ball from Lind, and he's going to be removed. 4 2/3 innings. We'll have a new pitcher. Let's take a 1-minute break. 1 minute with Eaton leading Brush 1-0 in the top of the 5th inning on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Lane Griman, who closed out the Bee Diggers in that second meeting with that 6-4 win, is now on the mound for the Reds. Coming in from third base, J.T. Bosberg moves to third. Braden Stover is now the second baseman. It's a 3-1 count to Grayson Simmons. And we've seen Coach Danley do this before. Take out a pitcher working on a shutout. He felt it was time. And Greiman will now throw to Grayson Simmons. And he allowed just one hit. And didn't walk a hitter. Now, Greiman ends up walking Simmons. That walk would be credited to the starting pitcher, Lind. But he must have seen something to remove him from the mound. So here we go, 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the wind and pitch. And a fastball's on the outer half for a strike at the knees. It's 3-2. And once we get to the bottom of the 5th inning, we'll run down the complete schedule here for both sites. And the offering. Swing and a drive into shallow left field. The shortstop Burkhardt is out, and he makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Once again, as the Beat Diggers do not have a base runner. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. From Butch Butler Field in Greeley, it's Eaton 1, Brush nothing. These are the 2015 Colorado Class 3A Baseball Championships on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Bottom of the 5th inning we go. It's Brush trailing Eaton 1-0 in its winner's bracket game in the 3A State Championships. So only one complete game will be played tomorrow from Butch Butler Field. At 9:30 in the morning, Bayfield and University will complete their game. They'll complete the game at 9:30, and then Sterling will play the winner right after that game. Sterling will play the winner of the Bayfield University game on 105.7 KPMX and KPMX.com shortly thereafter. That game is tied at 4 going into the 8th inning. Then tomorrow's schedule for here has been shifted to Monday. And then the schedule for tomorrow at Frederick has been shifted to Monday because Frederick's field will not be ready for play once again until Monday. And then, stepping into the box will be Ryan Kaler, who's grounded out and popped out against Rosenbrock. The pitch, change up outside. What will happen on Monday, according to what we've been told, they'll actually start as early as 9 o'clock from Butch Butler. Here's the wind and pitch. Down and in with a changeup. It's 2-0. They'll go 9, 11:30, and 2 o'clock, it looks like, on Monday from here. Not sure if they'll have that same schedule at Frederick. If not, that would be 10, 12:30, and 2 on Monday. Oh, up and away, not even close. Okay, Monday will be 9, 11, and 1, although I'm sure the 11 and 1 will be pushed back unless we have some real quick games. The pitch, fastball, a strike down the middle at the knees. And I assume that'll be 9, 11, and 1 at both sites. We'll see if that's the case. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and driven deep into right center field. Way back, and that ball is a home run for Ryan Kaler over the right center field fence on a 3-1 fastball from Kyle Rosenbrock. And the Reds lead 2-0 over the Beat Diggers in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the Reds have scored runs in each of the last 2 innings. And that will send up Matt Burkhardt, who's doubled and struck out. Now the Beat Diggers are going to have to figure something out at the plate and try to rally against this team, which has shut down type of pitching as they've demonstrated. Wind and offering. And that changeup is in the dirt. Count is sitting at 1 ball and no strikes. To the right-handed hitting Burkhardt, the pitch. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner. That levels the count at 1-1. Yeah, I'm going to find out We got 9, 11, and 1 at both sides, and the changeup is down and in. That's what we've been told here, that Monday's action will be 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 1 o'clock. I'm assuming those will be the same times for Frederick High School to pitch. Swag, and a miss on a sweeping breaking ball. The count moves to 2-2. To Matt Burkhardt. Line and pitch. Swung on line. Base hit into the right center field gap. Guzman will cut it off and hold Burkhardt to a single. And the Reds have 6 hits in a game. And the second straight off of Rosenbrock. Joe Mondragon is grounded out and walked. And Eaton's already holding a 2-0 lead with only 6 outs to generate. And this would place the Bead Diggers into an 11 o'clock start on Monday if they cannot rally to win the game. The stretch and the offering. Swung on grounded on the left side. Matos Garcia's got it at short. No throw. He's got no play. That was hitting the hole off the end of the bat. No way that Matos Garcia could even throw to second for a force. It was just a lucky nubber. 3 hits to begin the 5th inning against Rosenbrock. Here is Sean Carson. Well, can he once again hold Eaton to a run? I would think Carson's going to bunt just to get the runners over. And what is a 2-0 game in favor of the Reds. The stretch. Rosenbrock looks back to pitch, and the breaking ball is low. And Rosenbrock's pitch count is getting up there as well. He's got 89 pitches to his credit. That's what happens when you have to battle like he did in the 4th inning with those 3 strikeouts after the bases were loaded. 1-0. Changeup is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. And if they score about 3-4 more runs in this inning, it's good night for Brush. A key hitter to retire right now is Sean Carson at 2-0. Rosenbrock delivers. Fastball, a strike down the middle just above the knees. Ball 2, strike 1 on Sean Carson. He had a base hit his second time up. And eventually a run scored later on in the frame. 2-1. Swung on, grounded right side. Second baseman Peterson to second for 1. Matos Garcia to first. 2! A 4-6-3. As Carson hits into a double play. Two down for Joe Kuhn. Kuhn has struck out and singled. The Bead Diggers are being out hit 7-1, but only being outscored 2-0. Here's the wind and pitch, and the breaking ball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. And again, a final clarification will come during the 6th inning of the Monday schedule. Looks like 9, 11, and 1, even though that could be more like 9, 11, 30, and 2. But here's the wind and pitch. Swung on, grounded weakly on the left side. Rosenbrock chases it down, throws to first in time. And once again, the damage is minimized in the 5th inning. Could have been much worse. As the Reds score a run on 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. The Bead Diggers have got to get to work. They trail Eaton 2-0 as we head to the top of the 6th inning after the break. These are the 2015 3A state championships from Greeley on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. It's Eaton 2, Brush nothing. We move to the top of the 6th inning. And the reason they're going with a 9, 11, and 1 o'clock schedule on Monday is to prevent, like what happened today here in Greeley, where the first game went so quickly. We had about an hour separation between the end of the first game and the start of the second game. Then we ran into a rain delay in the 7th inning. That way you go 9, 11, and 1. You're obligated to start the game at the very earliest at 11 o'clock. But if it goes long, then you're fine. But you don't want to set a time that's a little bit too late in case you can start that game earlier as the first pitch is low. 1 ball and no strikes. To Hirschfeld, the pitch. That is over for a strike at the knees. The sidearm fastball evens the count at 1-1. Hirschfeld is struck out. And he popped to the left fielder Carson as well. Greiman ready, the pitch. And the breaking ball is a beauty on the inside corner. It's 1-2. The heart of the order will come up, hopefully, in this inning for the Beat Diggers. 1, 2, and 3 due up, trailing 2-0 here in the 6th inning. The pitch, swung on, grounded, foul down the third base side. Remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Reds with single tallies in the 4th and 5th innings. An infield hit to score a run and a Ryan Kaler home run. Hirschfeld waits the pitch. Swung on, fouled again. Remains at 1-2. Once again, another team that is battling Eaton. But Eaton has won every close game this season. 22-0 is their overall record. Hirschfeld awaits the 1-2 pitch. That is low. Barely missed. The Reds fans thought it was strike 3. By the way, Dalton Lind is still the pitcher of record. He went just enough. Had to go 4 innings, went 4 2/3. 2-2 offering, and the curveball is inside. Barely missed. I mean, that was a ball. I mean, these guys don't have the same angle we do. That was inside. It was close, but that doesn't mean it was a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hirschfeld awaits the pitch. Swung on, grounded, foul up the third base side. Count remains at 3-2. You get a base runner, then you send the tying run to the plate in this inning. Once again, 3 balls and 2 strikes on B.J. Hirschfeld. Wine and offering. Swung on and fouled again. This will be the 10th pitch of the plate appearance for B.J. Hirschfeld to lead off the 6th inning. A critical inning for Brush, trailing 2-0 in this winner's bracket game, the 2nd round of the 3A state tournament. And once again, tomorrow's schedule here has been shifted to Monday. 3-2 pitch, swung on, grounded, foul again up the third base side. Here comes pitch number 11 of this sequence. Another 3-2 to Hirschfeld. He awaits. Long pause. Wine and pitch. Swung on, grounded left side. The third baseman's got it. Mossberg throws to first. 1 down. The battle was won there by Greiman. And here's Baby Matos Garcia, who struck out and reached on an error. Yeah, even though the Beat Diggers lose this game, knowing now that they won't play again until Monday, that sets up their pitching a lot better. And all they'd have to do is win 1 game to get to a Friday game. And if you win on Friday, well, they'd have to win, I believe, twice on Friday, actually. That would be the challenge. Wine and pitch. Over, but low with a fastball. It's 1-0. Well, let's see what this part of the order does. I'm just looking at worst case right now. We know what best case is, but you got to score at least 3 runs to even have a chance for the best case. 1-0 pitch, swinging a foul to the screen. On that sidearm fastball, it's 1-1. To Baby Matos Garcia. Novus Auto Glass Repair and Replacement. Get you back on the road, Novus Auto Glass. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. And he swings and foul tips it into the glove. 1-2 on the breaking ball thrown by Greiman. Brush has been held hitless after the first inning. The offering. Swinging a tapper right back to the mound. Easy play for Greiman. There's 2 down as he throws to first to retire Matos Garcia. Man, this pitching has been phenomenal for Eaton. Alec Peterson tripled and grounded out. He's got the only hit for Brush. The Beat Diggers were 1 strike away from losing to peak. The pitch swung on and grounded foul up the third base side. No balls and 1 strike to Alec Peterson. Here's the wind and pitch. Down and away. And that evens the count at 1-1. With 2 outs and the bases empty in the top of the 6th inning, trailing by a deuce. The offering swung on and driven in the air into foul territory down the left side. Sean Carson, the left fielder, will make the grab. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Reds once again. The Beat Diggers can do nothing offensively. As they head to the bottom of the 6th inning, it's a very good game, but the Beat Diggers trail the Reds 2-0 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. 94 pitches for Kyle Rosenbrock through 5 innings. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Eaton leads Brush 2-0. Keep in mind that tomorrow's Sterling game will be on 105.7 KPMX and KPMX.com against the winner of the Bayfield University game. Right here from Butch Butler Field in Greeley. And that will start shortly thereafter. The Bayfield University game is completed, tied at 4 in the 8th, which will resume at 9:30 tomorrow morning here in Greeley, to be followed by the Sterling game. That'll be the only action in 3A. And you can receive Twitter updates at B106 and at KSIR Sports for the Beat Diggers, at Locker Talk NECO for the Sterling Tigers, or for Brush as well, the B106 and 1010 KSIR Sports Facebook pages. It's a great way to stay in tune and to keep up to date with any updates. But once again, the Beat Diggers will not be in action until Monday. And right now, it's looking like an 11 o'clock game against an opponent to be determined. Wind and pitch, squaring to bunt, lays it down, but right back to the mound in the throw to first in time. And out by about 5 steps is, who was hitting for him? That wasn't Dalton Lind. That was Braden Stover. Thank you very much. Stover was in that spot. That was his first plate appearance. 1 down for Brady Tedesco. Tedesco struck out, and the changeup is a strike each of the first 2 times looking. No balls and 1 strike. Rosenbrock kicks and fires, and the curveball is high. Either way, he's throwing a gem of a game, even if it comes through in a loss. But we know what the Beat Diggers did in the first game. They were dead in the water, and they came back and won the game. 1-1 pitch, fastball to the screen. Two balls and 1 strike. To beat Eaton, you got to hit because their pitching is way too good. And the offering, swung on and tapped down the first base side, and that trickles foul. Count moves to 2-2. And coming up is pitch number 100 for Rosenbrock. You need your vehicle and farm equipment to be in top shape, so make sure you take care of them by purchasing the best quality parts at great prices at your local Napa store, Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The wind and pitch. Breaking ball hit him. Got a piece of Tedesco on the right arm. So he's at first with 1 down for Mossberg, who has walked and struck out. As the Reds are looking for an insurance run here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, trying to beat the weather. We have more threatening skies here. But all the Reds need are 3 outs. The Beat Diggers need just 2 outs to get to the 7th inning. Mossberg steps in from the right side. 1 step lead at first, and Rosenbrock delivers. Swing and a drive foul up the third base side. Way out in front of that changeup. It is 0-1. Odd day for baseball today. 2 of the games went extras. Sterling beat Valley 12-9 in 9 innings in Frederick. Brush won 3-2 in 10 against Peak to Peak, and that changeup is in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Both teams have turned a double play in this game. The stretch and the pitch. Fastball, a strike at the knees. Ball one, strike two to the number 9 hitter, J.T. Mossberg. Short lead at first. Rosenbrock stretches. Rosenbrock delivers. Swung on and tapped slowly on the right side. Rosenbrock's got it. Throws to second for the force. And there's 2 down. And Tedesco slid into Maltos Garcia. And now Kevin Fergus. He wants an explanation because what happened in the last game is that Justin Griffith, the brush, appeared to do the same thing, and they called it automatic double play. Now, he's looking at Maltos Garcia to make sure he's okay after that slide into the ankle. And hopefully that was the only thing he was concerned about. Nonetheless, there's 2 down. Nice play there by Rosenbrock on that slow roller to the right. And here is Lane Greiman, who is 0 for 3. And I wonder if Maltos Garcia might have cut himself there with a cleat sliding in from Tedesco. For all your banking needs, see the folks at Bank of Colorado with locations across northeastern Colorado. It's Bank of Colorado, the way banking should be, member FDIC. Oh, apparently, baby's okay. And Greiman steps in. He's officially 0 for 3 of the game. Rosenbrock at one point struck out the side after Eaton had the bases loaded in that 4th inning. Rosenbrock has struck out 7 in the game. The stretch. Long pause pitch to Greiman. And the breaking ball bounces in. 1 ball and no strikes. Rosenbrock has allowed 7 hits to just 1 for the Bee Diggers. And the offering. Swung on, grounded, foul down the third base side. Just foul. The count levels at 1-1. The scoring has been at a premium in the 2 games the Brush Bee Diggers have played. A combined 7 runs in the last 15 and a half innings. 1 ball and 1 strike. The stretch. Rosenbrock delivers. Breaking ball is down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. To Lane Greiman. Short lead at first. Kyle looks in, and the pitch swung on and popped up into foul territory. Peterson gives chase. And it's out of play. And the count moves to 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to Greiman with 2 down and a man at first. The Reds lead the Bee Diggers 2-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Rosenbrock just 1 pitch away from hopefully not finalizing a gem. Maybe he'll take the 7th if the Bee Diggers can rally. 2-2. Swung on and grounded left side. Gutierrez has it at third. Sets, throws to first, and the inning is over. Mikey G makes the play. And that ends the 6th inning. The Reds do not score in the frame. They strand a runner. We head to the 7th in Greeley. It is Eaton 2, Brush nothing on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. It'll be Rosenbrock, Guzman, and Fowl in the top of the 7th against reliever Lane Greiman, who's trying to close out a 2-0 Eaton lead. Rosenbrock was walked intentionally and then popped up. He's 0 for 1. Here's the wind, and the pitch by the right-hander is outside. The sidewinder is behind in the count at 1-0. Exciting baseball played today involving the Bee Diggers with 2 close games. And the offering, down and away, 2 balls and no strikes. You just need a base runner to get the tying run at the plate. Guzman and Fowl have both homered this season. Rosenbrock awaits. The 2-0 outside to the screen. 3-0 off the glove of the catcher Kuhn. 3 balls and no strikes. You got Aaron Williams sitting in the 7 hole. He'd be the 4th hitter this inning. And the 3-0 to Rosenbrock. That's right there for a strike on the inner half at the knees. 3 balls and 1 strike. Let's see if Kyle's taking again. 3 balls and 1 strike. Rosenbrock awaits. Here's the pitch. Swung on and popped up extremely high in the infield. Let's see who will take it. Burkhardt coming in. And the first baseman, Mondragon, makes the catch behind the mound, and there's 1 down. Wow, that could have been a collision. But Eaton doesn't make those mistakes. They make the plays. And that's a huge out. A huge out. Rosenbrock was 1 pitch away from reaching. 1 down for Nico Guzman. Here's the wind and pitch, and the ball nearly hit him. 1 ball and no strikes. Guzman grounded out in his first plate appearance and struck out. That came against Dalton Lind. And the 1-0. Swung on and lifted down the right field line. A long run. That's going to be trouble. Tedesco giving chase. And the ball is caught by Mondragon. What a play. I don't know how he made the play with his back to the infield, but Mondragon pulled it in. That's the play of the game defensively. And there's 2 down, and that is just outstanding defense by Mondragon. I don't know how he got to that one, but he did it with that speed. Well, that's how he got it. He was fast. But still, to make that catch. And the B-Diggers are down to their final out. And Zane Fowl will now hit. I didn't think a first baseman had a chance for that. The pitch. Fastball down and away. Fowl has popped out twice. 1 ball and no strikes. Fowl waits the pitch, and here it is. Swung on, grounded right side. Mondragon's got it with a pitcher covering. Flipped the first, and the game is over. As Greiman covers, and the Eaton Reds have defeated the Brush B-Diggers by a score of 2-0. Let's take a 2-minute break. We'll wrap it up after this as the B-Diggers move down to the losers bracket. They'll play on Monday. We'll talk about that on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Brush B-Diggers fall to the Eaton Reds by a score of 2-0. 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors, 8 left on base for Eaton. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 3 left on base for the B-Diggers. Post-game show is brought to you by Mr. D's Ace Home Center in Sterling Brush and Fort Morgan, your farm and ranch headquarters for all your farm and ranch supplies. They carry feed for all your animals and pets. Mr. D's Ace Home Center in Sterling Brush and Fort Morgan. The Reds got on the board on Joe Kuhn's RBI grounder, turned into a single, actually, and an error on the B-Diggers, making it 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Then Ryan Kaler, the left-handed hitter for Eaton, one of the lefties, hit a home run over the right center field fence. That came in the 5th inning, and that was it. As the Reds did threaten to score more in the 4th and 5th innings, but Kyle Rosenbrock did a tremendous job. He took the loss. The win went to Dalton Lind. The save to Lane Greiman. Time of the game, 1 hour and 45 minutes. A valiant effort for Rosenbrock, who struck out 7. Did walk a couple of batters. One of those walks certainly did hurt. But the thing is, when you look at the Eaton Reds side of the ledger, you talk about good pitching. And they issued just 1 walk, and that was it. Although Brush made contact, they struck out just 4 times, all against Lynn. Greiman did not register a strikeout, but let his defense make plays, especially Joe Mondragon, who caught that pop-up behind the mound, and then a fly ball with his back to the infield down the right field line, and that secured Eaton's 2-0 victory. The Reds will be back in action on Monday at 1 o'clock in a winner's bracket game against the winner of the bottom half of the bracket. The B-Diggers will play at 11 o'clock on Monday morning on 1010, as well as KSIR.com, versus an opponent to be determined. Tomorrow's schedule goes like this. Bayfield will take on University and complete that game. It was 4-4 in the 8th inning. Instead of playing at Frederick, which is unplayable till Monday, they'll play in Greeley here at Butch Butler Field at 9:30 in the morning. And once that game is over, the winner of that game will play against Sterling on 105.7 KPMX and KPMX.com shortly thereafter. And then the loser of that game, the loser might be here for about 10 or 15 minutes of game time and then go home because they would not play until Monday. So they'll continue the Frederick schedule on Monday at Frederick, 9-11-1. And the schedule here on Monday for the games that were slated to be played tomorrow, 9-11-1 as well. So the earliest the Bee Diggers could start on Monday would be 11 o'clock against an opponent to be determined. So that's the story right now. You can always follow us on Twitter at KSIR Sports, our 1010 KSIR Sports Facebook page, or for updates on the Sterling Tigers at Locker Talk NECO, Locker Talk NECO. Outstanding job today by our sound engineer and producer, Braden Godin, in the studio for a good 7 hours. I'm John Beltran. The Brush Bee Diggers did win their opening game today against Peak to Peak in 10 innings, 3-2, but fall to Eaton 2-0. They remain alive in this double elimination state tournament. We'll talk to you again on Monday morning at 11 o'clock when the Bee Diggers will take on an opponent to be determined, and they'll be determined after play tomorrow. You've been listening to Brush Bee Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.